if you have to wait for someone to choose you for you to be the prize, then that means that person is the prize, long story short. The more you level up, the shorter your relationships probably will last if you're an ambitious woman. So these are the things, or these are the reasons why I think that is, well, for me at least, right? Number one reason why my relationships no longer last is because I'm just no longer a patriarchal, people-pleasing princess. Like, I don't see men as the prize. I don't see men or marriage as a means to an end. I don't think there's any man coming to save me. And I know you've heard this from like a million other people because there's so much content. I don't know about you guys' feed, but like my feed has a lot of this kind of content, right? And like, really and truly, I've realized the average Joe cannot do much for me. Like, they genuinely cannot give me the life that I want. I have a higher chance of even becoming a millionaire myself than one, meeting a millionaire that's gonna marry me and give me a better life, and two, the average Joe actually giving me like a comfortable life if I should surrender all my agency to him. But anyways, the big thing that I stopped doing, or the big reason why like my relationships no longer last, is because I no longer take care of men. My relationships lasted a lot longer when I was the gentle parent. I was the woman who would not want to get upset and like speak on certain things. I was the woman who let a lot of stuff in the relationship slide. And one thing about it, like with men, a lot of men will not admit this, but once the relationship stops centering him, that relationship is going to begin to struggle. And we see this happen time and time again. People always ask, oh, when a couple have a baby, why does it change? Why all of a sudden have they broken up? Because he is no longer the center of the relationship. Like, the woman's attention is on her new baby. Like, you even see men develop jealousy for their sons because, you know, the mom has all the attention. So like, a lot of relationships will not last if you don't center the man. I'm not saying that you shouldn't pour into someone who doesn't pour, like, who pours back into you, but for the most part, I just stopped pouring into men. Like, I'm not the babysitter. You know that Beyonce meme, I'm not the nanny, like, I'm not the help. Like, before, the kind of person I am, I'm very resourceful. I'm very young, but like, I've run a couple of businesses. I've worked in corporate, I've worked in sales. Like, I deal with C-suite executives on a day-to-day basis. So like, I'm very resourceful. I'm the kind of person that like, they will like want to ask, also, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I act like I don't know anything. Like, I don't give men business advice. I'm very good. A lot of men, they're good at strategy. When it comes to like the feminine side of things, sales, creativity, like outreach, how do I do this? Designing. A lot of them don't know how to do that. And so you see a lot of them, right? Because I personally deal with a lot of like entrepreneurial guys. Like, this is just my preference anyway. They'll always start with questions like, oh, how can we get this off the ground? Always trying to pick my brain. I don't do that anymore. I'm just like, anytime, even when they're like, oh, I just have been trying to figure out X, Y, and Z, especially like, this is not a man that I'm married to, so it's not like as if my finances are going to be like increased by any way, shape, or form if he should benefit. Nah, I don't know anything. Go and ask your bro, Tani bro. Go and actually ask your bro, like, what to do. The reason why I say this, right? I no longer help or advise man. I remember one time, like, I was dating somebody, and in that relationship, I showed up as myself. Like, I was the son, essentially. And like, this person, before I met them, very lazy, slob, not a lot going on in their life. But I didn't even know that because they at least presented themselves that, like, you know, they had an emotion and they had stuff going on. And mind you, like, this was just before I knew a lot better. So like, I was messing with this person, right? And I just realized I don't believe in destiny swapping because nobody can swap my destiny. But the way this guy changed, like, I'm talking within the span of 4 to 6 months, he has a new job, new crib, like getting his life together like expeditiously. And the way, all the energy that I poured, like speaking life into him, like speaking to him, like suggesting things, like it was like as if I woke up one day and somebody was miles ahead. And mind you, this relationship was when I was 2019, like I was young at the time, right? I was like, wait, what? So I've come into your life, and within the span of 4 to 6 months, your life has changed this much, and you really think in any relationship moving forward, I'm ever gonna argue my value with a man? No, sorry, never. I don't do that. And a lot of women do this, like subconsciously. They think that naturally the role of fixing and carrying and helping a man is something that is just like an additional to do because you're a girlfriend. But in reality, when you look look around, what has he invested in your own business? I'm an ambitious person, so like you always hear the word business, my career, my business. Like, what has he invested into your own account? What has he invested into your own business? What has he invested in you? And you're out here, oh babe, I think we could do this, you could do this, you can ask no. Another reason why like I don't help men anymore is because I realized that they actually resent you for being smarter than them, because a lot of men want to believe that they're more important than women. I'm literally so young, but like I'm kidding you, I kid you not, I've spoken to men like over a decade older than me, and I'm smarter than them. And I don't mean just book smart, but having worldwide knowledge on how things work. A lot of men, nah, they don't like that. They don't like when like they've given you advice and it's actually worked. They'll pretend that they like it because obviously it helps them out, but deep down it's in like an egotistical man's nature to be like, but my idea was better, but I know better, da 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 da. So I also like don't help men anymore, because the ones that I've helped, or the ones that, you know, I've done my time as a Bob the Builder patriarchal princess, the ones that I helped, they always became very jealous of me. They always started comparing themselves with me, and the relationship began to feel like a competition, because that's how people are naturally. A lot of people don't like change. Even like dating coaches will tell you people don't like change, because change requires for you to change, you have to admit that the way you used to do things before was flawed. But yeah, that's another reason why like I don't help men. Or like another thing that I observed. The next one I observed, and like why I no longer help men in any capacity or any form or any way, shape or form, is because I decentered marriage completely. Like I don't act like as if me and you are going to be together for another 5 years. Meaning like if you do something or like disrespect me or something doesn't feel right, I'm not sitting here and thinking, how do I fix you? How do we fix this? It's like a compatibility issue. That's the first thing I'm asking myself. Like, when I was younger, because of the way I was raised and like the environment I was raised in Nigeria, very, very patriarchal like society, right? When I was living in Nigeria, as a young girl, every single thing for your husband, common cooking and cleaning for your husband, what age will you get married? And I'm not even gonna lie, like guys, I'm Igbo by the way. Like ask anybody, like Igbo patriarchy is different from regular patriarchy, right? I'm Igbo, and those obviously now most of my family is like westernized, right? But those values are still there. It's still ingrained in a lot of them. Yes, you see me talking like this on the YouTube when I'm around my older family members. One day it happen, because I don't have strength to come and start explaining myself, like anyways. But decenter marriage completely. Like stop acting like as if your end goal, or even being a girlfriend, is your end goal. Decenter timelines, because one thing I've realized, right, when I was younger, I used to feel like, okay, the quicker a guy makes you his girlfriend, that is where your value lies. Like anytime a girl would tell me, oh my gosh, I met a guy and in 4 weeks he knew he wanted me, I'd be like, oh my gosh, you're really, really, oh my gosh, like how do I get like you? How do I be like you? But in reality, if he's actually trying to rush the relationship because he thinks he's gonna get more out of you, or like he thinks you're gonna do certain things when you get that title, you're gonna do more things for him when you get that title of wife or girlfriend. If you wanted to get something out of me, you would do it as quick as possible anyway. Like the whole concept of like waiting to be chosen by a man is making a man the prize. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Like the whole process of, oh my gosh, if he made me his girlfriend in 6 weeks, that means like I'm the like, no. The fact that you have to wait for someone to make you a something, you're making that person the prize. It's kind of like when you go to uni to get your degree, right? You go and wait 3 years, study the course for 3 years, and at the end of the 3 years, you pass your exams. Does that not make like the degree the prize? So you're not the prize because you're an individual on your own. You are now only the prize because you've graduated, aka he has made you a girlfriend or wife. So it was when I came to that conclusion and I realized, oh my gosh, like we've been lied to. And that's why I want to start making more of this content, because I recently have deconstructed a lot of things and life is better. But yeah, like that's another reason like why. And like Another reason why my relationships have been lasting a lot shorter is this one's gonna tie into like religious people and like religious psychosis. I feel like religious psychosis is kind of like the easiest way for a guy to manipulate like a very ambitious babe. And I'm going to say this for the ambitious babe because a lot of us are tapped into our spirituality. A lot of us believe in God. A lot of us like believe that God is going to send us a man. Personally, I'm not religious. Like, I'm just not religious. I feel like I have my own personal beliefs and I'll keep them to myself until I'm comfortable sharing. But what I realized that a lot of women who are even like me, same mindset as me, the religious man is their downfall. Because if you have to wait for someone to choose you for you to be the prize, then that means that person is the prize, long story short. Their belief in that whole like institution, and like I'm not here to like propel anyone to deconstruct their religion. That's for you to unpack on your own, because I am not like a religious or spiritual coach. But yeah, like a lot of women, when you ask them, oh, what do you want in a man? I want a God-fearing man. All a man needs to do to cosplay being God-fearing, and that's like the cheapest thing to me. Carry a Bible on Sunday, not even every Sunday, some Sundays, because these ones don't even be cosplaying it right. Carry a Bible or be like, oh babe, let's go to church, or babe, I prayed for you. That is it. He doesn't have to do anything else to prove that he's God-fearing. And another reason why, like for me, in fact, I will even go into my reasons into why like I'm not a fan of the whole like God-fearing thing. But like I just feel like it's one of the easiest way. Men use religion, or I feel like we're meant to be together, blah 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 blah, and that's how a woman will go and waste all her years and be like led by a string. Another reason why like my relationships have been like lasting a lot shorter, a lot of people, if you see people, if you line up people who have met me for the past 5 years, right, and you put all of them in a room, I kid you not, they've probably met 20 versions of me. I change and I level up with the speed of light. My mindset, because I love learning, I'm naturally a nerd, so like naturally my mind will go out to find new information for me to somehow or some form level up. I'm hardly the same person for 3 to 6 months, and that's like a pattern that I've noticed. And I've noticed that like now, before it was like, okay, 1 year, because I also journal a lot, so that's why I know this information. Maybe like for 1 year, or like let's say for 10 months, I was thinking a specific way. Future 10 months, it took me only 6 months. Like the bridging, like the change of personality or persona, 6 months. The next time around, I've changed my like outlook on life again, 4 months. So it's like I like move with the speed of light. Like that's one thing about me. Like I'm very forward thinking. Like that's my masculine energy right there, like kicking in, because I believe that you need a balance, but that's neither here nor there. But like I'm someone who is very fast moving, and I struggle to be in relationships that I feel like there's no progression. Like, what's the ROI? I think like an entrepreneur. I'm a businesswoman. In case you guys didn't know that, but like I do have a business, and I have had a business for the past 3 years. But I think like a business owner, like what is the ROI on this relationship? Like, do you understand? Like my time, it needs to be worth my time. It can't just be cute dates. Like my time is the most expensive thing I can ever give to somebody, because time is the one thing that I can't ever get back. So why would I be spending my time with you if you're not worth it? That again is another reason. Like when I start thinking like a CEO, an ambitious woman, the woman of my dreams, the woman in my vision, she's not around here waiting for a man's potential. She's not even waiting for a man to buy her something. Like she gives it to herself. And like, yeah, I think at the beginning of this video, I basically said that one of the reasons why my relationships don't last is because I also don't think there's a man coming to save me. Like I don't think men are the keepers of money. I don't believe that there's an amount of money that a man can give to me, or there's a gift he can give me that I cannot give myself. Like my story, I've been looking after myself since I was practically 17, right? And obviously my parents are still alive, they still help me, but it's just that like I've got 4 other siblings. So like when you get to a specific age, it becomes on you, and parents' financial focus is the younger kids. So from a very young age, like I learned the importance of money, I learned the importance of consideration. So and I've seen myself make money as well. So I don't see men as the gatekeepers of money. Maybe if I had a different upbringing, I would think like, okay, you know what, maybe, but I don't think men are the gatekeepers of money. But anyways, babes, I'm gonna end the video here. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe. What other topics do you want us to talk about on this channel? I'm now gonna go and finish my makeup, and I will see you later. Catch me in my next one.